Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. This is a shot of whiskey, and I think I'm getting to the point where I might leave Twitter for a few days. I got into another argument, debate with someone. I don't really like to use the term debate because of this person's approach. But it was another subject on anime, but this one, it wasn't, this show is good. No, this show is bad. In case you guys haven't heard, there's an anime that's kind of new right now called Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. At least that's the English title. Which, as of now, I don't think it's being dubbed at this moment. I mean, I'm sure some company is looking at it, and it's probably going to be Funimation, which means it's probably going to suck ass. But, long story short, the person that I got into this debate with, was trying to claim that Uzaki is a bad influence on the United States, and that's why our country sucks. And she represents everything wrong with Donald Trump. And I'm like, how? Make these connections. You're making a claim, an outlandish one that doesn't even make sense. So I expect you to be able to at least make an attempt to fill in the gaps. This person didn't even make that attempt. He kept on diverting the conversation to other things, such as trying to correct my grammar in situations to where even a 10-year-old could point out that I was correct and he was not. They were also constantly trying to say that I'm sorry, I just find this to be kind of funny. He still thinks that Bernie Sanders is going to win the 2020 presidential election. I don't know how. He's not officially on the ballot. Joe Biden is. And even though Biden is a terrible pick, and then it's going to relate to what I'm going to talk about next here in a little bit, there are still enough Democrat voters, left-leaning people, especially the older-fashioned ones, who are going to vote for Biden. So even if all of the hardcore Bernie-supporting morons out there who hate this country and want us to fail, even if every single one of them were to write in Bernie Sanders, it's not going to be enough to get Sanders into the White House. What it will do is make it even more difficult for Biden and easier for Trump. In fact, if every Bernie supporter were to do this, I believe that most of the states that tend to go blue, such as my home state of Washington, might go to Trump. Because there's going to be a good chunk of the blue voters who will go for Bernie, a good chunk of the blues who will go for Biden. Just about all of us reds are going to go Trump. It might actually be a good thing for us, which is a reason why I don't think it's going to happen, but, you know, whatever. Anyways, I decided to end the conversation with this guy on, like, Tuesday or some crap like that. Because, at one point he said something about wanting to kiss my asshole. It's like, yeah, no, this took a very strange turn. But, yeah, I think I'm going to avoid Twitter for a while. Or at the very least avoid debating. I might still go by and just like certain things, but I don't know. I'm probably going to try to avoid debates for a while. Especially with how weird that one got. Anyways, on to presidential stuff. So, today, well, I guess now with it being Saturday, technically yesterday, I'm on YouTube, and I believe the one that I first heard this from was a guy named Dr. Steve Turley, which I'll probably be plugging this phone into my computer when I get home and use that to post this video, so I'll provide a link to the guy's channel in case you guys have never heard of this guy. You guys can check him out. But, and like I said, I think he's the guy that I'm thinking of. It might be somebody else. But he had said something about how some of the polls that almost always predict the Democrat frontrunner to win. The ones that were saying that Hillary had a 97% chance of winning the presidency last time around or some crap like that. Apparently some of them have put Trump as the front runner. Some of which have even put him up as high as 52%. That's pretty damn impressive considering where these polls are coming from. Now, if it's something like Rasmussen, as I understand it, that one is... They try to be as neutrally-ish as possible, but most of the other ones, it's almost like they try to lean left when they look for people. A little bit of a biased slant. So hearing that multiple polls have put Trump on top, I think is pretty damn epic. Now, I do believe that Trump is going to win again, and I'm glad about that. Unless the Democrats are very creative with screwing the system over, which, I mean, a lot of them may be morons, but a lot of them aren't. Plus, they've got money to be able to screw things around or whatnot. Granted, Obama kind of fucked up their funds a few years ago, but they're able to get it back. I'm sure of it. So if they really wanted to pay people off or buy systems designed to screw things around, I'm sure that they could if they wanted to. Or something else. Don't trust a Democrat. Not exactly the catchiest of slogans, but whatever. Anyways, it kind of got me into thinking about something. I saw one person on YouTube. This wasn't in the video. You know how sometimes when you go through, at least if you're on your phone, there'll be like a post that somebody puts up, almost like a Facebook style post, to where you can read something. Well, someone had done one of those predicting the election results, based off of which state you think is going to go to which candidate. And I don't forget exactly what the point spread was that this person had done, but it was something to the effect of Trump getting like 370 points or some crap like that. That would be remarkable. He won last time with 305, somewhere around there. Just barely over 300. So this one going to pretty damn close to 400. Pretty impressive. But they also thought that New York was going to go to Trump. 2 weeks ago, I would have thought that person was insane. But given how things have been going these past couple of weeks, the ineptitude of de Blasio and Cuomo, I think people in New York are starting to realize it. I think the fact that Pennsylvanians, the last time around, going with Trump, just barely, I think they're starting to realize more and more that they did a good decision there, and going with Biden would literally be one hell of a step backwards compared to the progress that's been made over there. That may be starting to rub off on New Yorkers, especially the ones in the Big Apple. So, maybe Trump can get New York. I remember on this particular prediction thing that the guy did, he still thinks Virginia is going to go to Biden, Delaware to Biden, possibly Maryland to Biden. It was kind of hard to see because I didn't really look at a full big picture. It looked like all 6 states of New England, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, all of them will go to Biden. Illinois, and unfortunately all 3 states along the Pacific coast, mine included, which means Hawaii probably as well. I bet he picked Hawaii to go to Biden. There may have been 1 or 2 others, but from what I recall, just about everything else, all red, according to this one guy's prediction, of course. And it kind of got me into something that I remember reading about last year involving the state of Oregon. Now, it could be possible that what I'm going to say, the memory might be a little bit on the off side or whatnot. And even if what I'm about to say is 100% spot on, it could be possible things got changed. It could be possible that the law got, shot down because it was unconstitutional or just fucking retarded. But it was something along these lines. Oregon's 7, or is it 8? It's less than 10. I'm going to say it's 7. Oregon's 7 electoral votes will be decided by the national vote overall. So like in the case of the 2016 election, because Hillary won the popular vote, Hillary would get Oregon's 7. Now, it just so happened that Hillary got Oregon's 7 anyways, so whoop-de-doo. But it's like, there are so many reasons why that's dumb. Basically, think about it like this. Let's say that every single registered voter in the state of Oregon went for Joe Biden. In the other 49 states, everybody voted for Trump. Oregon would get Trump would get Oregon's numbers too. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And if I was an Oregon voter, I'd be livid. Well, I mean, I'd probably be livid anyways, because Orange Man bad. Grr. But knowing that my state's 7 votes are going to the guy that my state did not even vote for, that seems like a slap to the face. Which is why I don't think Governor Kate Brown knows what the fuck she's doing. Well, I mean, there's other things too. I mean, I'm sorry, Governor Brown's a moron. I don't think she's quite as bad as my governor, Governor Inslee. But maybe that's because I don't live in Oregon, so I don't really pay that much attention to her. But they're both pretty damn stupid. I really hope that here in a couple of months, when the country is deciding on whether or not to keep Trump or to go with Biden, that our state's going to be voting on whether or not we want to keep this asshole named Inslee, or if we want to go with the guy who got the number 2 in our primary elections. I'm drawing a blank on his first name, but his last name is Culp. Sorry, that was a little weird. Culp. I want to say his first name was Lauren Culp. Anyways, this guy used to be a sheriff in a smaller city called Republic. Or was it Rochester? I'm pretty sure it was Republic. But in any case, this guy is definitely a pro-Second Amendment type of guy. And there were a few other things that his page had listed that I really liked about him. Which was tough because, as I had said in a few videos before, we had 36 people vying for that spot. And the way that Washington's governor race works, when you do the primaries, you just have the top 2 people move on to the general election. So they both could be Democrats. They both could be Republicans. They both could be from a party that's neither. Although the likelihood of any of those being the case is pretty damn low. But, yeah, since we've started doing it like that, it just so happens... Sorry, I don't really know how well you guys can see with that. It's pretty dark here. I tried doing a jazz hand. But it just so happened that we had 1 Democrat versus 1 Republican. So, I tell you what though, I'm kind of glad that the presidential election doesn't work quite like that. I do wish that we had more than just the 2-party system. Oh hey, here's the Culp sign. I'm gonna see what his name is. Yeah, Culp. I don't even know why I'm trying, as long as you guys can see that. So yeah, Lauren Culp for governor. So, but yeah, anyways, things are looking great for those who are supporting Trump. Unless the Democrats do a really good job of screwing things over, or if they can orchestrate a bad enough catastrophe to make it look like it's all Trump's fault, which we know that they've tried doing that before. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the reason why our COVID numbers are as bad as they are. Not the entire reason, but certainly part of it. Wouldn't be surprised. But unless something like that happens, it's looking more and more like Trump is going to whoop some Biden ass. And it's going to be glorious. Alrighty. Oh, before I go, final parting words. I did update the lyrics for one of my parodies that I told you guys about the last time. Or the time before that, I guess I should say. Not by a lot. Just enough to where I did, in fact, add Kamala Harris as something to mention. Not a huge factor in it. And I also did change one part of the words elsewhere. Where I was like, I don't really like this. So, it's possible that I'm going to be doing some recording this weekend. Hopefully, and I can get this parody out. Because not only do I want to share it with you guys, the 3 of you who still watch me, but I also kind of want to share it with Joe Pags, my favorite talk show host, the guy who's kind of, I guess you could say, the inspiration for me wanting to do a parody song anyways. So, anyways, pretty damn long video, at least compared to what I wanted. Of course, then again, I'm gasping for air. At least that's the way it feels like. But, so yeah. In the meantime, everybody, peace out. And get on the Trump train while you still can vote.